Crowhill here. Today we have a short show about the Artemis space mission. Hey, good evening, Pigweed.
Good evening.
What the heck is in my glass?
Well, I tell you what, it's a little bit of whiskey. From Molly, what did I say?
Molly Brown?
Molly Brown
Denver.
Spirits in Denver, Colorado.
All right, fantastic. That sounds like a good thing.
Good. Well, what's on your mind?
Well, when I was a kid, my dad worked at NASA, and we followed all the space stuff.
Fun.
My dad would bring back, sometimes he would bring probes from satellites home. He wasn't supposed to. He'd bring them home and let us look at them, and then say, this is going to go into space in a couple of days. And so we had a very space-centric household.
Yeah, fun.
And then it all just kind of disappeared.
Yeah, it sure did.
Why didn't we build a moon base? We didn't go to Mars. We did all this cool stuff, and then once we did it, it was like, okay, that's done.
They're like, why don't we just build a space station around the Earth?
Yeah,
all right, that's fine. That's cool.
Yeah, but they really slacked off.
So what was it? 1972, right? The last time we were beyond the low orbit.
Right.
So this low orbit is about 250 miles. Is that right? And we've had somebody in. It's like we haven't done anything. We've had somebody in space basically for 25 straight years.
Yeah.
So we're doing
space
stuff.
Station is. Yeah, it's not like they're doing nothing. It's just they're not pushing the envelope. They're not going out there.
Right. And so they but they don't. They use the shuttle, right? They don't. It's not like
the shuttle's done now.
It's not like one use rockets to get up there.
Well, that's right. The Apollo program was all one use.
Yeah.
And then the shuttle program, the idea was to have these reusable vehicles, which was a good idea. Yeah. But still, it's just to service satellites in the space station and stuff. They're not going to the moon. They're not going to Mars. They're not getting out there. And that's what Artemis is designed to change.
Right. So Artemis is the program.
Yeah.
Right. So
Apollo.
So we're on. Yeah. So we're on Artemis 2.
Right. Artemis 1 was unmanned.
Yeah, it was kind of the same trajectory, right?
Yeah. And if you look at the Apollo, some of the early Apollo missions were unmanned, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so they're following the same idea: test the equipment, see how it works, then send some people up there, and then go around the moon, and then later on you land on the moon.
Right. That's cool. Now, to me, there wasn't enough hype. There wasn't enough buzz.
I know.
And somebody said, "Oh, it's because Trump is president. They didn't want to give him the credit." I think, I think late '60s, early '70s. One, it's brand new, and two, we're competing with the Russians.
Yes,
I think that gave it the fire that we're not seeing now. Now we're just kind of jaded. Like, don't we do that all the time? Aren't we always go? So more so than that, there's some sort of political Trumpian aspect to it. But
I think there's a lot of that, and people don't realize how much of a threat China poses to us now in space. Because imagine what it would be like if China created a moon base.
Yeah.
Think of the things you could do from a moon base. You could launch projectiles at the Earth. I mean, you could just take big rocks and throw them at the Earth.
Did you see? It was a movie with Brad Pitt, and we had a space station on the moon, but so did the Chinese, but it was like the Wild West because nobody owned the moon, and nobody owns the moon, and so and there's no law enforcement up there or anything. People are shooting at each other from moon buggies. It was kind of an interesting idea that once you race to get up there, what if there's already somebody there?
See, I think it was a mistake for the United States not to claim the moon. When we went up there first.
Whose flag is up there?
Exactly. I mean, come on. We're there first. We're going to claim it.
Now, how's that flag doing? Is it still there?
I don't know. It's a good question.
I mean, doesn't the they say that the Earth, our atmosphere protects us from the rays from the moon. Does it deteriorate inanimate objects?
Yeah. Well, from what I understand, a lot of the satellites have seen the landing site of previous Apollo missions. They've seen because when the lunar module would go down and land, then there was a lander that would stay there, and then part of it would blast back up to connect with the command module, right? So we still have hardware sitting up there that we didn't bring back.
Does it deteriorate, or?
I don't know. It's probably not as good as new.
Like if you left a sandwich up there, I mean, would it just sit there?
Or a McDonald's hamburger.
Well,
it would still be fine.
Well, you know what? Now I'm hearing people, which I discovered the first time when I went to Air and Space Museum. Of course, I only went because I had people visiting from out of town. The mall is fantastic, but I only go when visitors are in town. So anyway, I had some Mexican in-laws with me. We went to the Air and Space Museum, and the guy tells me that there is a far side to the moon. And I'm like...
Dark side of the
moon.
Yeah.
What? Well, no, because it gets sun.
Yeah. Well, it's dark side from our perspective.
Yes.
So we never see it.
Right, but it gets sun, but it's on the far side.
Yeah.
I shared this with two very smart friends, one of whom worked for NASA.
Right.
And they challenged me on it.
Yeah.
I was like, no, we are always looking at the same side.
Yes, because the moon is in this weird orbit where it's locked with one face always, because you look up at the moon and you'll always see that same face.
Yeah.
Right? Because that's the side that's facing the Earth.
Yes, and most of the moons in our solar system are tidally locked.
Yes.
In that really it's just a matter of gravity, right? Technically, the Earth is slowing down because the gravity of the sun is slowing us down, but it's like milliseconds a century or something.
Well, actually, the moon is also slowing us down. Yeah. So, there's all this weird mechanical stuff going on, and the moon is stuck like that, and it's been getting closer slowly over time.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Now, until now, the Russians have taken pictures of that side.
Yeah.
But no human eyes had ever seen it.
Maybe the Indians did also.
Okay.
Yeah. But there's never been a human up there to look at it until now. So
they got to see.
Well, wait a minute.
The
The Apollo guys went around the moon. Like Apollo 13 had to go around the moon, so they probably got to see it.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I thought that was one of the things about the firsts that.
Well, one of the big firsts is they went farther.
All right, you got we got numbers on it. So, like we said, it's the space station low orbit is 250 miles from Earth. How far these guys get?
Well, it's roughly 250,000 miles just to the moon, and they went way past the moon. So they were way out there, and it was the first crewed moon mission in over 50 years because Apollo 17 was 72, right? Gosh, what are you doing? And it was a long flight, and the real test was the re-entry.
Right.
Because that, when you're coming back through the atmosphere.
It was about 10 days.
Yeah.
Right? Hold on, let me just talk about the science of it just real quick.
Yeah.
The physics. So it's not flying like a plane.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Mm-hmm. So it's got these thrusters to get you into space, then orbited the Earth with no power, right? Just orbiting like orbits do. And then you blast the thrusters to get out of Earth's gravity in such a way, at the right time, at the right distance, and the right thrust.
Yes.
I can say this, but it doesn't make sense. So that you get to the moon close enough, far enough, whatever, and the right speed that the moon's gravity grabs the device, because again, we're not flying under power, right?
Mm-hmm. And spins you back around.
Slings you back around. Now, did they have to then thrust out, or was it just the right amount of sling?
Well, you can just get a gravity-based return. I don't know if they did any thrusts or not. You have to think of it like this. Think of a quarterback throwing to the wide receiver, right? Yeah. The wide receiver's running. The quarterback's throwing the ball 20 yards ahead of where the guy is, right?
Yeah.
So when you're blasting off from the Earth to the moon, like the moon is nowhere near. The moon is so far away, and you're blasting off to a point where the moon isn't yet, but you know it's going to be there.
I know.
So you have to do a lot of crazy math to say we're going to blast off from the Earth, leave Earth orbit, and intersect with the moon at just the right time.
5 days from now,
yes,
the moon will be where we need it to be to provide the gravity to slingshot us around back to Earth.
Yeah, it's like a quarterback standing in a football field in New York, throwing the ball so that 5 days later a guy can catch it.
Right, the wide receiver hasn't even got a bed yet, but you know where
that's right, where he's going to be. Yeah.
So. I mean, what if you're going too fast for the slingshot to sling you back? would you just fly off into space, or would they have enough thrust to kind of
I doubt it. I really doubt they'd have enough thrust to compensate for something like that. Because like when Apollo 13 was coming back, if they didn't make the right angle to get, they would just would have ricocheted off the atmosphere, and that would be it. They'd be gone.
Right. Or too directly, you burn up.
You burn up. That's right. So you have to come in at just the right angle.
Oh my gosh! All right. So somehow all this physics works.
Yeah.
And the moon grabs you, pulls you around. Like I said, I don't know if they then do one blast to get out of it to head back to Earth.
I imagine they had to have some ability to correct. Because you know, what if it didn't work out just exactly right? There, you know that movie, The Three Body Problem?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the idea is, if you have the Earth and the moon and some other moon, for example, then trying to calculate how you navigate through that gravitationally,
right? You have competing gravities.
Yeah. You just can't do it. Apparently, I don't understand why, but so something might, despite all your best calculations, you're not always going to hit it exactly right. So you have to have some amount of thrust to say, no, we're going to do a correction here to get back the right way.
Right, and so we're coming in hot.
694,000 miles round trip.
Oh, I had my kids. We're all lined up, popcorn and everything.
Yeah.
And we're watching the we're watching the re-entry. And so according to this little thing, what do you say? How fast are they going? So they're going through space at what, 25,000 miles?
Yes, 25,000 miles per hour.
All right. So do they slow down before they hit the edge of the atmosphere? I don't think so.
The atmosphere slows them down. That's what slows them down.
So according to this, it says it dips into and out of atmosphere like a stone skipping across water.
Yeah. And you think about it, the atmosphere way up there is not much atmosphere.
Right.
It's not anywhere near as thick as it is here.
Right.
It's very, very thin atmosphere. But still, when you're going that fast...
Right now, you're walking through, you don't feel like the air has any mass to it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not mass. So.
Yeah, but try throwing a feather.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. So when they're going 25,000 miles per hour and they're hitting even that very thin atmosphere, it just, it has an effect.
And so it's during the skipping, it slows down to 300 miles an hour and then begins descending before they hit the parachutes. And how about those heat shields?
That was the big test. That was one of the big things they had to test with Artemis 2 was the heat shield, because when they're coming back into the atmosphere is getting thicker and thicker, and gravity is making them, fall faster and faster.
Right, so friction.
Yeah. So friction is just burning that thing to pieces, and 5,000 degrees Fahrenheit? Like, what? Do we have anything like that?
Please, I know it. I mean, really.
Smelting an iron furnace is an iron furnace.
One bad tile, and,
Did they use tiles on these? I don't know.
Oh, I don't know.
The space shuttle used tiles, but I'm not sure what the heat shield was made of. But 5,000 degrees Fahrenheit, that's pretty doggone hot.
Right. And so then we watched the first parachute.
Yeah.
And then I think it was one parachute, and then three came up, and one parachute then actually blew off, and then three came, and I was on the edge. I'm like, this is it.
It's pretty cool. Imagine. I heard another, not one of these guys, but a different astronaut talking about that re-entry thing, and he says it's the longest 25 seconds of your life. Waiting to see if that chute deploys properly and slows you down.
And then, like you said about the calculation of where things are going to be, and then you land in the ocean right where you thought you were going to?
Pretty good calculations. Somebody's doing their math homework.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, look, first we win the hockey gold medal. Then on America's 250th anniversary, we pull off a snatch and grab in Venezuela.
It's not the 250th anniversary yet.
Well, this year.
Yeah.
I'm saying all of these things happening in 2026. Then there's the rescue of the pilots in Iran, followed by the successful NASA mission.
America's kicking butt.
America's back, Jack.
Yeah, I think so. So what comes next? Artemis 3. Artemis 3 is going to be dock commercial lunar lander in orbit. Because remember, if you followed the Apollo stuff, a lot of the trickiness of that mission was having to break ships apart and flip them around and dock them the other way and do other kinds of weird stuff. So they have to test that kind of stuff. Artemis 4 will be the first human moon landing, and that'll be 2028.
Okay, I thought 3 was the landing. I'm like,
No, 3,
we're already going to put bodies on there. So that's 2 years.
Yeah, so Artemis 3 is going to be all the docking stuff. Artemis 4 is supposed to be the landing. Artemis 5, we have to start thinking about building a nuclear-powered moon base. Yeah. So that's on the horizon. And I say, go for it, get that base up there, and put lasers on it to keep the Chinese from messing with you.
Absolutely. And we need to... why don't we have a module, a small nuke, format, like
we do. They're on nuclear submarines.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So why can't a town of 100,000 people get one and just power the whole town?
They have such devices. There are small nukes that can be put in, but the problem is
a small one. Nobody wants a data center near their town to drain out all the.
I know.
To drain all the energy out of the town.
It's crazy.
Just say, look, we have these modules. They work. They're the same everywhere. We're making them on an assembly line, and you get one and you power your.
All these supposed environmentalists are passing by the most environmentally friendly thing we could do. Yeah, that's crazy.
Okay, so back to the. All right.
Yeah, but we're supposedly some of our next spaceships are going to be nuclear powered.
Well, and then whatever that module, if it can work on the moon, it can work in Kentucky. Mm-hmm. So I want to see that. But back to the physics.
Yeah.
Where's Voyager?
Oh, it's way out there. It's gone. It's like out of the solar system now.
Is it out of the solar system?
Yeah.
Now, is the Kuiper Belt, is that part of our? Is it in our solar system?
The Kuiper Belt is between the Earth and Mars. Is that right? So there's the asteroid belt. There's the asteroid belt, which I think is between Earth and Mars, and then there's another belt. The Kuiper Belt is maybe on the edge of the solar system.
Well, I don't remember. How old is the Voyager?
Oh, it was 70s. It was an old one. Yeah.
And is it still sending information back?
I think there's Voyager 1 and Voyager 2. I think we're still getting some information from one of them.
Right. But what got me thinking about it was, you're talking about the complicated calculations. This thing has been slingshotted throughout the whole...
Exactly.
So it's like, all right, in 7 years, Neptune will be here.
We're going to get a boost.
And as long as we're within... 475 miles.
Right.
It will grab.
Yeah.
And then 10 years after that.
Get a gravity boost to go to the next planet. Yeah, it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing.
And it's not under any power anymore,
they
right?
Can calculate this crazy stuff and send a signal out to the spacecraft with 1972 technology and get it to adjust. Yeah, get it to adjust just right. It's absolutely amazing they can calculate these things.
God, I love it.
Yeah,
I love it. It gives it. I just.
And did you watch Apollo 13? Of course.
Yes.
Remember when they
remember being so nervous.
I know. I know what's going to happen.
I know how this ends.
Yes, but they showed people calculating things on slide rules. And
they did.
It's amazing.
Fantastic. All right. Well.
Way to go, Artemis.
Way to go, Artemis,
well
and way to go, us. Oh, wait a minute. So the captain of there's 4 people went into space.
Yeah, okay.
Reed Wiseman is from Baltimore County.
All right.
And went to Hopkins.
Fantastic.
Local boy.
There you go.
All right, go ahead. Reed, Victor, Christina, and Jeremy. Good job.
Cheers. Thanks so much for listening. Be sure to like this video and share it with your friends.
Blue suit in the sunshine.